Hey guys, it's Mad Dog. So today we're doing a Christmas movie review of Scrooged. So basically, the movie starts out with it's with Santa Claus and the rest of the gang. But then turns out it was just a movie trailer with other movie trailers. I mean TV show trailers. And then there's our main character, Frank Cross, aka Bill Murray. And pretty much just, is a total jerk to everyone. And then he fires Elliot, I guess. And then he was trying to make a different alternate Scrooge commercial. Cause he didn't like it, I guess. I don't know. Then he fires Elliot, watching him. And then blah blah blah. Then he sees his boss, I guess, or CEO, I don't know. They don't really explain it. Who he is. And then blah blah blah, pretty much. And then he sees his brother. And then his brother gets a towel for some reason. And then blah blah blah. And it turns out they fire him. Then they're just talking about putting a little bit of pet appeal, I guess, for some reason. And then blah blah blah. Then the secretary has to stay late with him. Because, I don't know, social problems, I guess. And then blah blah blah. Then he hates it. And then he goes to this award ceremony. And then he gets an award, and then blah blah blah. Turns out he sees his old boss, or his old partner from the past. And then he just says you'll be visited by 3 ghosts. And then blah blah blah. And then he's not taking it so seriously. And then he freaks out, and then he faints. And then the next day, turns out he just started going crazy. And then he wants to have an eyeball. But then turns out he gets the actual thing that he wants. And then he starts screaming, freaking out in front of his boss and some other dude. And then they don't really explain who he is gonna be. Then Frank is just losing it. And then blah blah blah. Then we're on the Ghost of Christmas Past. Then he has to get some fresh air, and then he goes into a taxi, and then it's just pure chaos. And then blah blah blah. He goes see his girlfriend. Oh yeah, and then his girlfriend, I guess, Claire. Him talking again because of some accidental phone call. And then blah blah blah. He sees his past, you know, the usual. And does it work? No. And then he just says like so and so bad word. Then he starts hallucinating again. And then there's the ghost of Christmas present. She's like starts like smacking him around. Then showing him blah 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 friend happen. Then there's the ghost of like some homeless guy, I guess. I don't know. Really don't know his name. Who pretty much is like dead, I guess. I don't know. Then like he has to escape. And then he starts freaking out again. And then he feels pretty weird about what's going on. And then, yep, he almost gets captured by, like, the ghost of Christmas future. But Elliot saved him, and then he kind of turns a little psycho, like having a shotgun around. And then he goes on the elevator, and then he meets the ghost of Christmas future. Then he starts freaking out. And then he sees, like, the kid, I guess, who goes into, like, a mental institution for some reason. I don't know. And then there's Claire. She turned into, like, what Frank doesn't want her to be. And then Frank's death. Almost. It was crazy. And then he just starts screaming, thrashing, blah blah blah. Then he escapes. And he has a sudden change of heart to be good around Christmas. And then blah blah blah. Death. And then he's alive, and then he helps Elliot get his job back. And then they become friends, and then they go celebrate Christmas. Actually celebrating Christmas. Then he just kisses, like, some random chick. And then blah blah blah. All the mushy stuff. And then that's about it. And then Claire's like, I want to be with him. And then that's it. Like, and then they just break the fourth wall. And then they sing, like, put a little love in your heart. I mean, it's a good mood. Kind of a weird song, though. And then that's about it. But I'd give it maybe like a 10. It's like really solid.